Sorry about that, technical difficulties. This is Michelle with Shanti Baby Yoga. Welcome and namaste. We are going to talk about sciatica today and how it relates particularly to pregnancy, but we'll talk about it in general as well. Reminder, anytime you start an exercise program, you should consult your doctor first. It's never a good idea to start any exercise program if you are in acute pain. So be aware of that, and all the more reason to see your doctor. And yoga should never hurt. I am in that frame of mind. Not every teacher may agree with me, but please, if you are in pain in any pose or feel uncomfortable or not quite right, listen to your body and stop the pose. When in doubt, it's better to wait it out. If you are unable to participate with us tonight, this video will be up probably about a week or two. And if you are in doubt about whether you should or shouldn't do these poses, you can always consult an experienced yoga instructor. So let us begin with talking about sciatica. Sciatica is a condition that causes pain, usually from the lower back to the gluteus or your butt, and can go all the way down the leg. Some people it stops in the thigh, the knee, or some people it goes all the way down to the ankle and the foot. This is very uncomfortable. True sciatica is a condition related to disc issues, whether it's a compressed disc, herniated disc, or it is spinal conditions, various spinal conditions that can cause sciatic pain. Basically, the vertebrae can be situated in a way where there is a leaning or a compression of the sciatic nerve, and then that pain causes you to, some people feel that they can't even walk when they get that pain, low back, butt, all the way down the leg. In pregnancy, we call it sciatica pain or sciatica, but really it is a sciatica condition that's temporary. Whereas if you have disc degeneration or you have herniated discs, then your sciatica goes along with that, and until you can cure or alleviate the disc issue, the sciatica really can't be addressed. With pregnancy, you can address the pain, and it's temporary, usually for the endurance or length of your pregnancy, because of the relaxin hormones separating and loosening all your joints and bones. So it causes, wherever the baby's leaning, it causes that pressure or compression of the sciatic nerve. So enough science, enough anatomy. Let's get into doing some yoga poses to help alleviate this pain. I always like to start yoga with breath, and breath itself can be helpful to dealing with pain. When we are in active pain, we tend to hold our breath or keep an upper level chest breath or shallow breath. We should be using all of our lungs, and that goes all the way down, basically just about to the navel. Our diaphragm is under the rib cage, and so it goes up like this. But when we breathe a full breath, we should feel an extension or bringing our belly out. So we're going to start with that breath, and then we will go to some yoga poses. Just going to back up onto my yoga mat. Sit in a comfortable position. For me, I like sitting on my feet. Most people do not like sitting on their feet. Like to sit in crisscross applesauce, as the preschoolers call it, or in easy pose with the legs crossed. I'm going to stay sitting on my feet. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. As you breathe in, feel the belly extend first. Send that breath all the way down to the bottom. And as you breathe in, let that breath travel all the way up to the upper chest. Feel that breath move into the chest. Feel your hands move, either energetically or physically, moving out away from the body. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, let the chest come down, let the belly come back in. In sign language, breathing, we literally do this. And that's what we literally need to do in our body when we breathe. So some of us, spend every day of the week at work not breathing completely. So take some more breaths. Inhale all the way down to the bottom of the lungs, into the belly. Breathe out. Feel that compression of the belly, the chest falling down, still keeping that back nice and straight. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, expand and stretch out, extend the belly and the chest. Breathe out, compression coming back in. Good. Already you may start to feel stuff moving in your low back. Let's come onto our hands and knees. Nice way to roll out, a little self-massage rolling out the back. Hands under shoulders, knees under your hips, toes curled under. On your inhale, tailbone comes up, belly starts to drop. You're stretching out that space in that sciatic nerve. Dropping the chest, lifting the eyes and the head softly. Start with the tailbone always. Exhale, tailbone comes up. Push back into the belly. Let the back come up. Head hangs down last. Inhale, tailbone releases, belly drops down. Lift the head, looking up. Exhale, tuck that tailbone under. Push back into the back. Let your head hang down. And one more, I like to do it in threes. Release the tailbone. Let the belly sink. Lift your eyes and your head. Drop those shoulders back. Good. Come into a soft back, not necessarily straight, but not dipped or lifted. And we're going to release those hips by rolling them around in a circle. Just trying to isolate the hips. Don't bring the knees into it. And roll the other direction, always massaging in both directions. Good. From here, we'll take one leg out, toes on the floor. I'm going to move forward so you can see. Toes on the floor, push into the heel, lengthen out your back. Good. And then we're going to inhale, hold that out. And on the exhale, bring your knee under your belly, let your head hang down. If you are pregnant and you're doing this pose, belly still comes straight under your body. Just stop where the belly hits that leg. Don't bring it past. Don't scoop your leg around. We don't want to do that. That's not the pose, and that will actually aggravate your sciatic pain. So we take it back on the inhale. We exhale. Pull it under. Let your head hang down. Stretching out that space in the spine, letting the sciatic nerve release. And I'm just going to flip around so maybe you can see me a little better on this side. And take an inhale. Take that leg back. Breathe in your pose. Push into the heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tuck that knee under the belly. Let your head hang down. Keep breathing in your pose. And release. Go back to rolling those hips. And the other way. Beautiful. Let's take it into a lunge, which also will stretch out that sciatic nerve and the vertebrae pushing into it. We want to create space in the discs in our spine, and that will help move space around that sciatic nerve to alleviate the pain. So we're just going to do an easy lunge first, coming one knee down, one knee up, hands on the knee or thigh, and roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. You should feel the energy pushing down into the butt. If you don't, roll those shoulders all the way down. Feel that energy pulling down. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands down around your front foot. If you're pregnant, take both hands on the inside of the foot and straighten out your back leg. Open up the chest, try to straighten out the back. Beautiful. Bring it down, take your front leg back. After this one, I like to do a little sway back and forth. And then we'll do the other side. Left leg forward. Hands up on the front thigh. Roll those shoulders down and back. Lift your chest, lift your eyes up toward the ceiling. Breathe. Feel that energy coming down. And on an exhale, hands come down. Either side of the foot if you're not pregnant. If you're pregnant, the hands are on the inside of the foot, both hands on the inside of the foot. Straighten out your back leg. Lengthen out your spine. Push those shoulders into your back. Don't let those shoulders crouch up into your neck. Keep breathing. And knee comes down on an exhale. Take your front leg back. Sway backward and forward. Back and forward. And then we'll take a nice child pose. Open your knees. Traditional child pose, knees are together. With sciatica, we want to open that space in the low back and the lumbar spine. So we're going to sit back, heels toward the butt, arms down, or you can rest all the way down to your forehead if you can get your forehead to the floor. If you can't, or you start to feel pain in the back, keep yourself up on your forearms and just relax the neck soft. Again, keep those shoulders into your back. Don't let those shoulders creep up to your neck. Release them away from your neck. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Hands back down. Rock up. Curl your toes under. Gently bring yourself up to a standing position. We're going to do 2 standing poses. These are the best poses for sciatic pain and opening up that space in the low back and right around that sciatic nerve. Triangle. Stand with your feet about 3.5 feet apart. Your right foot turned out to the side. Hands on your hips. We'll build it differently. If you go to yoga class on a normal, regular basis, you may come into it differently. We come in, open, focus on the arms first. Because we're focusing on that low back, we're going to focus on the legs and the lower body first. So roll those shoulders down, hands on your hips. Good. Bend. Reach out to the right. Lift and stretch. Drop that hand down. Keep it open. You can keep that left hand on your left hip if you like, or extend it up. That adds more energy here, opening the spine, but do what works for you. You can put a little squeeze in your glutes, in your butt, and that will help also open up the space. It sounds funny when you're contracting that it will open the space, but using your glutes is part of the healing process. Part of the way we live in society is sitting in seats all the time, and our glutes are not utilized to the best of their ability, and they are very neglected muscle groups. So when you squeeze your glutes a little bit in this pose, you're awakening that area and energy and blood flow to help that sciatic nerve. So we're going to put our hand back on our hip. Inhale, glide up. Beautiful. We're going to do the other side. Always both sides. Even if the sciatica is only on one side, you always want balance in the body. And the different stretches side to side will help the sciatica either way. So left foot is turned out. Hands on the hips. Roll those shoulders down. Tuck in your hip. Lean. Stretch it out. Drop the left arm. Stay there in that pose for a moment. Breathe. Feel your breath moving in the length of your body. And on an inhale, take your right arm up. Try to keep your arm level with your body. If you like, if you don't have neck issues, you can look up toward the fingers, but it's not necessary. You can keep your head forward. Keep breathing. Open the chest. Lengthen out your spine with your breath. On an exhale, bring your hand back on your hip. Inhale, glide up. Beautiful. Walk your feet a tiny bit back together, more turning the heels in toward each other. And then we're going to come into a goddess pose. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, bend your elbows. Toes are pointing away from each other. Elbows are hanging over or slightly behind your knees if you look with the alignment. And breathe in, chest is lifting, breathe out. Feel the belly button pulling in. If you're pregnant, it's more subtle, but you still want that belly button to pull back. The butt is sticking out slightly and that's fine, but when you engage that upper belly in pregnancy or otherwise, you're working muscles into the front and back, and it helps open up that space in the sciatica. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, out. One more. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, hands on your hips. Breathe in, roll your shoulders down and back. Breathe out, don't come as deep into it, just a couple of inches down, and soften those hips and roll them around in a circle. And roll the other way. Good, come up, a little shake side to side, and then walk those feet back together. If you need to, kick out, shake out your legs, roll out your legs in between. And those are our only 2 standing poses just for tonight. Just giving you a little sample of things to help you. Sit down next. Good. And we're going to take the legs forward. And we're going to shake them out just a little bit. Tuck one leg in on the inside of the groin, inside of the leg. We don't want the leg tucked under. As close to your groin as you can get it. Not important how close you get it, but the closer the better. Inhale, feel yourself lifting up out of the hips. That space right above where the sciatic pain starts. We want to lift up out of that and take an exhale. Lean forward out of it. Lean with the body, don't reach with the arms. We're leaning and reaching with the body. Once your body stops going forward, drop your arms. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. This pose is not about reaching your foot and getting your belly down on your leg. That is not what it's about. It is about opening up, especially for sciatica relief. It's about opening up the low back. So if we just reach forward with the body and drop the arms, you're feeling it all in the back of the leg where that sciatic nerve starts to have pain, and the low back. We want to focus that energy there. Breathe. One more breath. And then inhale, we just glide back. We're not reaching up. We want to keep that low back nice and centered and grounded. Switch your legs. We'll do the other side. Breathe in. Lift up out of your hips. Breathe out. Extend from the hips with the body. Drop your arms. Keep breathing in your pose. 3 breaths here is all we're going to do. And again, consult with your body. Anything that gives you pain, stop doing it. Yoga should never be painful. Yoga should be awakening, enlightening, and feel good for the body. It should never, ever give you a pain that makes you wince or scrunch up your face. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in. Glide back. Good. Take your legs forward, give them a shake out. We're going to switch back to the other side. Tuck the foot in, but take the other leg out to the side. I'm going to move over so you can see a little better. There we go. All right. So foot is tucked in, leg is out to the side. Inhale again, reach up and lean over. We're just going to bring the elbow on the leg. Hand on the belly if you're pregnant. We're tuning in with baby. If you're not pregnant, hand palm facing up on the inside of the leg. Reach over your head with the top arm. Palm facing down. We're working open the side and down into that side hip. Breathe in all the way down to that outer hip. Breathe out. Now, if your sciatica is on this side and things feel too squishy here, raise the body up higher. You do not have to stay all the way down or try to reach that foot. Again, that's not what we're going for here. We're going for sciatica relief. So you can just keep the body a little higher if you need to. If this arm is tired or you have shoulder issues, the hand can stay on the hip. You do not need to keep it up over, although it does make a nice big stretch here if it feels okay. Breathe in, breathe out, reach forward. Don't mind what other teachers have taught you in the past. This is the way to keep that low back healthy and safe. Inhale, walk your hands back. Good, and then we will switch legs and I will move over so you can see the whole body or most of the body as best you can. Okay, foot tucked in, leg is out, toes pointing up. Inhale, reach, exhale, over, palm facing up on the bottom, palm facing down on the top. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel that breath go all the way down into the outer hip. Breathe in, breathe out. One more, breathe in, breathe out, reach forward, palms together or close to each other in front. Breathe in, breathe out. Walk the hands back. Good. Take your feet in as close as you can to your body. And we're going to keep those heels as close to the groin as you can. Hold your feet or your ankles. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Keep your back straight. Exhale, lift and pull forward with your chest. Keep breathing. You're going to feel that energy. If you have tight shoulders or tight upper back, you're going to feel more of the energy in that space. If you have tight groin, you're going to feel it more there. If you have sciatica, low back stuff, you will feel it right in the spot that you need to. And again, it's opening up the space and separating things away from that sciatic nerve. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, slowly come up. Good. Hands by your side. Take your legs forward. Give them a little shake out. Good. And then cross your legs into easy pose. We're going to take one foot up into the opposite hand and the knee in the same hand. If you're more flexible, you can move that foot up on the inside of the elbow and the knee on the inside of the elbow or anywhere in between from hand to elbow. Keep the back straight. Main and most important key thing is to keep your back straight. Hold that foot. Feel that stretch opening here. Again, we're going from the butt to the back of the leg, opening up that sciatic nerve space. Nice tall back. Gently rock it side to side. Good. Release that foot down. Same thing, other leg. Hold that foot up. You might get this one a little closer to the elbows on this side, or maybe the other side was the easy side. They usually don't match. Sit up again. Nice, tall, straight back. Hold it first. Don't start rocking right away. Breathe. Feel everything releasing. Feel your sciatic nerve surrendering. Breathe in. Breathe out. And gently rock side to side. And release on an exhale. Good. Let's take one leg forward. I'm going to call this your left leg because I'm confused by the mirroring on Facebook Live, but let's hope it's your left leg. Left leg, take your right foot, right ankle rather, right behind your left knee and sit up nice and tall. Some of you who are having sciatic pain may already be feeling stretching in that right side. And often with pregnancy, it's the right side that we feel the sciatic pain because we tend to sleep on the left side as directed by doctors to protect the vena cava and not cut off oxygen to our baby or ourselves. So we sleep on our left side, the baby's weight pulls on the right side and causes the sciatic nerve to get pinched. So this is usually the side where you need it. You can hold this pose longer on one side. If it's more therapeutic, go ahead, go for it, but always do both sides. And then we're gonna release that, shake the legs out in between, and take the other leg in. Nice tall back, ankle behind knee, breathe. Good. On an exhale, we're going to release that leg out. Shake them out again. And now we're going to do both legs if you can. Some people don't have the flexibility or it causes pain. Again, do not do anything that causes pain. We're going to take the right leg, tuck it under the left leg. Take your left ankle over your right knee, and you want your left knee over your right ankle. So we have a little kind of almost square shape with the body, or maybe like a trapezoid or something, not a triangle. We do not want things angled in. Sit up nice and tall, hand on the thigh. If you feel any knee pressure or too much pressure in the hip, take it back to just bringing one leg out and one leg on top. Okay? And we're going to sit here. If you can handle it, this is called stack the logs. So your legs are considered the logs. And we're stacking them. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. This is one of my two favorite sciatica relief poses, but this pose cannot be jumped into without doing a whole bunch of other stretching of the hips and opening of the hips before. That's why we did all those other things. They are all therapeutic to sciatica and opening hips and low back. This one hits target of that sciatic nerve. But you must warm up the body with multiple poses first. So everything we're doing tonight is therapeutic to low back, hips, and sciatica. This one is very particularly directed to sciatica. We gently unstack the legs. I hope you didn't hold that too long. Always come out of a pose if you need to first, and then we go back to the other side. Unstack and flip reverse that stacking. Ankle over knee, knee over ankle. Breathe in, nice tall back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And again, breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Since we held the other side longer, I don't know if you got out of it before I finished talking, but I'll talk a little bit and keep it in here. So again, this pose, each side may be different. The other side, you can maybe stack the legs both. This side, you may need to take one leg out, and that's fine. You're still getting the stretch. Everybody's different. Some people don't feel anything in stack the logs, and God bless them, because I am not one of those people. Gently unstack your legs. Take them forward, shake them out. Good. I'm going to give you 3 poses more, and then we're going to relax. So, if you have active sciatica, sometimes a squat can feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to give you 2 options. A squat, in yoga terms, we call this garland pose, or I call it low squat, wide knee, low squat. Toes are pointed slightly away from each other. Heels are slightly separated under the body. They're kind of right under the sitting bones. And for sciatica, I like you to bring your hands and walk them a little forward and flat, and release your tailbone and breathe. So it's almost like a froggy pose. Some people, it may be too much on the knees or too much on the sciatica. If you're comfortable bringing the feet wider and flat, you can do that. Pregnant ladies usually can't, and that's okay, but that's just an anatomical thing. They usually cannot. So keeping it tucked under is okay. You don't have to hold it very long. The main thing is, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, is that the tailbone is sticking out, not tucked under. You see what happens to my shoulders and the upper back when I do that? We want to release it. Nice straight back, release low back. And that's why I want your hands forward, so you can release that and open it. Good. Now, the next one, I'm going to do sideways too, is what we call Thai goddess pose. Feet are separated about hip or knee width apart. Knees are under your hips, toes curled under. We'll sit back on the heels, hands to your heart, namaste. As you can see, bring it a little bit centered. As you can see, there is a curl and a curve in the lower back, and we want that. When we sit on our toes, toes are curled under, and that can be hard for people to hold. We have tight feet, being in shoes all day long. Especially if you wear heels, those toes are cramped. So if you have to lay the top of the feet flat, go ahead. But you lose some of that curve sometimes. Toes curled under, we have perfect posture, and we have perfect space for breath. So I like to finish this one with a breath. Take your hands along the sides of your rib cage. Breathe in, my belly's coming forward and sides are coming out. Breathe out, belly's coming in, sides are coming in. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more if you can stand it, if you can't come out. Good, hands forward. Take your feet a little back. I like to do a little what I call flipper feet. Just stretch them out and then crunch the toes and explode them out. Sit back on your heels, open your knees. One last child's pose. Now I'm up high, but you could come down low, rest on your forehead if you like, or I also like to do arm over arm, rest on your arms. Last stretch for the sciatic nerve. Walk the hands over to the side of the mat. Feel the whole outside opening and stretching. Walk it back on an inhale. Stay there for an exhale. Inhale, walk the hands off the mat to the other side. Feel that stretch on the side. And you should feel it all the way down into the hip and the sciatica nerve and into your low back. You may not feel it, but it's happening. And on an inhale, come back. Stay there for the exhale. Good, walk it back. Good, and sit with your legs in easy pose. We're not going to focus on a meditation tonight, but I do want to leave you with some peace and calm for the evening. So bring your hands together at your heart. Lace your fingers, open your palms, thumbs pointing up, lay it across your chest. Breathe in, feel your inner power and strength. Breathe out, feel it fill up your body. Breathe in, feel the energy of your hands joining in with the energy within your body and feel your strength rise and grow. Breathe out, feel it fill up your body, feel your confidence growing. Breathe in all the way down to the base of your spine. Imagine healing light sending down to your base of your spine, to your sciatica, to all of the discs in your spine and all of your body, healthy and happy. Breathe out. Release any anguish, pain, disease in your body. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow to yourself. Bow to all that is good in yourself. Bow to all that is kind and peaceful. Bow to yourself. I am enough. I hope that this helps you with your sciatica pain. If you have it, please consult your doctor again if you have any questions or want to begin an exercise program, or find an experienced yoga teacher to help you with your pain or body issues. I welcome you to look at my website, shantibabyyoga.com, if you like. And thank you so much for coming to this video and this live Facebook stream. Namaste. Have a wonderful night.